Hey guys, what's going on? It's Alex here from Bungalo Fields, and welcome to another Modern Warfare 3 commentary. This is, I believe, my second Modern Warfare 3 commentary, but it's actually my first Moab, however you say it. I got this with the ACR 6.8 rocking silencer and red dot sight. I usually don't run it with red dot sight because I like the iron sights, but the really only other perk I would use on it is stability or kick, and it really doesn't need kick, and stability is really pointless without the red dot sight, so I thought, why not go red dot sight this time? But actually, most of this commentary is not going to be about the gameplay, because why do I gotta talk about it if you're watching it? I want to tell a story about a turning point in my life. Actually, there's the time I died, so this is where I go on the mob streak. But I actually want to talk about the hopefully last and first time I ever broke a bone. So it was in, I believe, first grade, and we had this thing at my elementary school. It was called the Infinity, and it was like this climbing wall that was in a circular shape, and its highest point was about maybe 15 feet in the air, and it would wrap around in a circle from low to high, so the sides would slowly go up, and you would start on the bottom and work your way to the top and then go back down, and you could go up a million times, and I guess that's why it was called the Infinity. But when I was on the highest point, my friend, whose name will not be revealed, Jacob Sweeto, told me to it was actually time to go back in from recess, go back into, I believe it was math class. So there were these big metal poles that held the plastic pieces together, and that were about, like, I don't know, 5 foot wide and 30 feet long. And he told me that if I slid down it, I would get down faster and it would bring me right to the bottom. And I was 7 years old, so I did it. And as I was starting to slide down, my right hand, which I don't think you know this, but I am a baseball and basketball player, and I'm a righty, so that season kind of sucked. But my right hand got caught, and my left hand was dangling, so I was really dangling. My entire 60 pounds of existence was dangling 15 feet in the air, and I was just by my right wrist. So he was standing at the bottom, and I was like, I remember yelling to him, like, hey, can you go get a teacher or something, like, do something? And so he ran to get my first grade teacher, Mrs. Parker, and as he was running to get her, my wrist slipped out from the bar, and I fell. But I didn't fall in such a manner. I fell, my arm, as I was falling, my right arm wrapped around me. I landed on my back, I think feet first, and then my rest of my body kind of flopped down. I landed with my arm around my back, so it like wrapped around, so it was like the back of my hand was touching my back, and I fell right on my wrist. And then I remember trying to go back into school, and it wasn't actually math, it was reading, and we had a spelling test that day. And of course I blamed this on the nurse. She was just like, oh, it's cool, just take this ice pack and you'll be fine. And she thought I was just a crybaby, which I probably wasn't first grade. But she just gave me an ice pack, and I went on my way. And I remember the first word on the spelling test was what? W-H-A-T. And I could not for the life of me draw the W. And it hurt so much to draw the little squiggly lines, and I just couldn't do it. So Mrs. Parker got on the phone in the room. She called my mom in. And my mom came in and looked at my wrist. And, of course, the overprotective parents that they are, she brought me to the Northwest Community Hospital in Chicago, Canada, where we live. And they took me in, and the doctor looked at me and said, you fractured your wrist in 2 places. So that, I think they, for God knows why, they transferred me to a different little medical field emergency room thing. And, oh yeah, right there, I almost died, and I think a little drop of pee came out on that one. But they transferred me to a different emergency room, and that's where I got wrapped up, and I got my cast on, and I got my lollipop, and that's where everything happened. I remember driving home in my dad's old white Pontiac. I don't know what kind of Pontiac. It wasn't an old car. It was a new Pontiac. It was his white Pontiac, and we were driving back, and the cast, it's not hard when they put it on. It's like, I remember it was blue. It's like gel that they wrap around this piece of gauze, and it smelled so bad. It was disgusting. So I remember putting my arm out the window and then like letting it air out, and I was sitting in the front seat because my dad let me sit in the front seat that one day, which was probably not a good decision because if we would have got pulled over, he was screwed. But I remember holding it out the window, and this one car came so close to breaking my arm off the hinges. It was scary. That was scarier than falling. And I remember going back to the nurse in like a week, and I think it was a week later I went back because I didn't go back the next day. Because I actually think, I don't think it's legal to be on Vicodin at that age, but I was on heavy painkillers. So I went back the next week, and I remember walking by her office, and I would just hold my right arm up. Oh, right there, if you ever run out of ammo when you're on a Moab streak, have a friend commit suicide to give you their gun, because I want to actually give big thanks to Eric or Preppiness, because I was totally, if you could see on the minimap, I was totally trapped in there, and I had no ammo, and I honestly, I probably would have died. So what he did, he just threw a grenade on the ground. He stood there, and the first time I saw it, I actually thought he was trying to play some sick joke trying to kill me. But if you're ever on a Moab streak, tell a friend, a willing friend, because you know that's what friends should do, to kill themselves, and they drop their gun hopefully, and make sure it's not a secondary, because I think he was running FMG9s, and I think I would have had 2 FMG9s then. So make sure that you have some friends playing with you when you're going for Moabs. Don't go alone, because most of the time teammates are douchebags and grab their weapons and ammo. So thank you, Eric, so much. I would never have gotten this mode without you. And now I kind of feel like I'm giving a speech because I just won an Emmy. But let's continue with the story. I remember walking back the next day to the nurse, and I would just walk by her office, and she had this big window next to her door, and I would just hold my cast up and give her the meanest look, and I'd just walk by the room, and she would sit there. I think her name was Patty. And I would walk by the room, and I'd just look at her. And she would always look at me back and think, why didn't I help that kid? Just why didn't I help him? And, yeah, that's the end of my story. That lasted about 7 minutes, 30 seconds. I thought that would have gone longer, but I guess I can talk about the game now. So, I believe I'm on a 19. I don't know if anybody was counting. I'm going to go around 19. And I actually start to get around 15. I get really defensive with it, and some may call it camping. I'm going to call it aggressive hiding, because I wasn't actually camping. I never sat in the same spot for more than 10 seconds. I'm always moving around looking for people, but if you can see, like, that crate right there, I aimed around the crate. I made sure they couldn't shoot me. And this is a good map to get a Moab on, because you can always have... Oh, looks like I wasn't on 19. This is a good map to get a Moab on, because it's so, like, linear that you can control... I controlled that one side single-handedly for more than 100 points in the game. Ooh, can I get a like for that last kill right there? Can I get a like and a favorite? And, so actually right here, I'm going really aggressive now, because I got my Moab, and I could finally... My bladder finally let go, and my butt was not squeezed so tight. So, I actually, seriously, like, at around 19, I got so scared. I could actually feel, like, I'm sitting there with my P11s on, and I could actually feel my heart beating through my chest, and my palms start to get sweaty. But, honestly, you can't ever put the controller down to wipe your hands, because God knows, I tried to say God Lord, God knows I'm going to die, because I have tried so many times for a Moab. I think my highest was 21, but even if I wouldn't have got the Moab, this game would have been awesome. And if you can actually see the team, they're all whooping out Dead Man's Hand now. I don't know, I guess it's a little late for Dead Man's Hand now, but they're all trying to be DICKs, whooping out their Dead Man's Hand, and then I die there. I think that is my second death. And the game's gonna end now, so thank you guys for watching. This has been my first Moab. Leave a comment if you like it. Like it if you liked it. And if it was one of your favorites, put it in your favorites. Leave a comment telling me how you think I did. Nice aim there, Cooch25. But tell me if you want to see more Modern Warfare 3. Tell me what you want to see. I've been Alex from Bungalo Fields, and have a good day.